Hello and welcome back to Shakhtar to Glory, episode 30, as we're taking on Paris Saint-Germain in the knockout rounds of the Champions League. Similar situation to last season, obviously, where we did go out to them. We took a 2-0 lead in one of the legs, but I think they got back to 2-2 and then they finished the job in the second leg at their ground. Looking at some team news, obviously, they've got Tyson. He's ineligible, having played for us. They've got a few other players there who are out. A few players I didn't know a player there. I didn't know they had Kranovita. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I think that's the Danish guy, isn't it? I'm gonna have to click on it just to have a look and make sure. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, he's Argentinian. Was he from Seville? Is he that one? He did play for Seville. I vaguely remember him back on FIFA, but I didn't realise he was Argentinian. So looking a little bit foolish there. Before we jump into this episode, if you're enjoying this series, please drop a like, drop a sub on the channel, drop any comments. I've been getting a few comments recently, so I have been replying to those. I do reply to the comments, as and where I can. I am a little bit further ahead, so you've probably seen there has been a few more comments if you've noticed that. I was a little bit far ahead. I was about a week ahead. I was hoping to go a little bit further ahead, but had a few family commitments. You can probably hear my voice again. I've got yet another cold. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just can't seem to shift it. But we'll move on from that and we'll jump in. So last time out, we did have the Champions League draw, which is this now, and Shakhtar in the league. There hasn't been anything since. We had the winter break, and it jumps us straight back here. It's our first game. We've had a bit of a, I was going to say pre-season, but not really pre-season. It's kind of like just a couple of friendlies, really, just to get back in the swing. So we played a 1-1 draw against, I don't know who they are, but the assistant manager again took control of the friendlies. I was out, looking at sort of targets, doing what we could do, seeing what we could do in the transfer market, maybe looking at a few deals for next year, checking up on how our loans are doing, looking at who I can ship out in the summer, who can stay, who maybe might stay. We then have a 4-0 win against Slavia Prague, a good 4-0 win. A narrow 2-1 loss to Zenit St. Petersburg, who again are a very big team in a similar region to us. I don't think they're in the Champions League still. Doesn't appear to be. Roberto Mancini in charge of them, of course. And then we had a domestic friendly against Arsenal Kiev, and I don't know who they are. I think they're another Ukrainian team. Not the most convincing of wins, but we did have a few players, I think there was an international break in the middle of there. A few players, I think, went on holiday as well, gave a bit of a break to. But we come back in pretty good shape. I don't think we've got anyone particularly to worry about. We've got Mateus Fernandes, who's got a bit of a bruised foot, so he'll miss the first leg, but he should be back for the second leg. Like I mentioned in the little intro bit there, Tyson has joined PSG. I just realised I didn't do that in the last episode because the window hadn't, I think, even opened, let alone shut. So he did go. So let's have a look at the transfers that we have sort of undertaken. I'll just sort of jump in at this stage because I don't think there's anything particularly massive here. So we'll jump into transfer history. So we'll start with the ins. Yeah, so Leo Santos, I think we may have... No, he's got a similar name to Leo, our left back. We've got Leo Santos. Has he joined yet? I think he has. He's gone there, he's gone loan already. So he's a young Brazilian centre-back. He looks quite decent. There's certainly something there we can work with, but rather than having him sit in our reserves, I couldn't really register him for the league. I couldn't really register him for the Champions League, so I sent him out on loan to Zoya, who I think may be our affiliate. I don't think they are. They come in for him. He went out on loan. He'll get some game time in the league. He can still earn at least Ukrainian citizenship and get that kind of working into our team in our favour for registration purposes. But he joined for... I've lost him there. How much did he join for? I think it was 2.7. I had that in my mind for some reason. But yeah, he joins for 2.7. We've still got a lot of money in the bank, even after these deals, particularly with the Tyson deal obviously going out. Anyone big here? Just trying to pick out the ones. So Diego Chena was one of them. Young Paraguayan. Again, he's gone on Zoya to loan just to get a bit of game time. They obviously haven't played any games yet because the league hasn't restarted. It starts fairly soon. We'll have a look at that shortly. I'm not sure how it fits around the Champions League. We'll have a look. But a young Paraguayan defender. He's already capped. He looks, again, a very good prospect. 18 years old. He's at Zoya, so he can at least start working towards that trained in nation status. That's what I was looking for before. After that, we've got Let's have a look. I didn't write down the fees, unfortunately, so I'm not too sure. The top one there obviously jumps out. Eugene Konoplyanka. He comes in from Schalke. This was quite a big deal. It was a little bit for that. It was kind of reactionary to Tyson leaving. He didn't cost anywhere near what Tyson cost, really, in terms of, we made a bit of profit overall on the deal. He only left for Schalke about a year or two ago now. He was obviously at Seville. He went on a free from Dnipro in our league. So he's not trained at Shakhtar, but he's trained in the Ukraine. He just gives us that other option. And, this guy is rapid. 16 pace, 18 acceleration, 17 dribbling, decent-ish finishing for a winger, decent-ish passing, good flair. He's got a lot of attributes there. Okay, he's 29, so he's not one for the future, but he's certainly a player that can possibly look to, kind of give us that extra little bit of edge. He is in the Champions League squad, I believe, so he is available. I'm pretty sure. There is another big one I did just spot a moment ago, Rodrigo. He was a deal, again, I also put in around the time of Tyson going, because he can play on that attacking midfield left, winger left. He can also play up front. In Brazil, we can see he's got 9 goals in 7 games. Fantastic return there. And again, another one, a bit more for the future. He's 18 years old. Is he a wonder kid? No, he's not. I'm pretty sure he was when I signed him, but he's lost that coming to us. But I'm sure, a bit like I think it was Barco, he'll get it back. And Romero got it back as well. So he cost us 7.5. So I think that's a bargain all round when you consider, who he's replacing, the money we got for him as well. Moreno was one. I think he's another centre back. Oh, he's a striker, Argentinian striker. You can see how long it's been since I played the game. It's been probably about over a week, because I got a bit far ahead. I did want to get ahead, like I mentioned, but just so many things in the way. But yeah, good young Argentinian striker. Again, keeping that South American flavour in the team. Estudiantes for 2.7. He's played 2 games for them. Hasn't scored over 2 seasons, but I think he's got tons of potential there. We can work with him. Get some of those. You can see when he's got the training is boosting him up. He hasn't gone out on loan yet. We may change that. I don't know if we can yet. I think he can go to a lower division club possibly, or maybe even abroad. I'm not too fussed if he, about the Ukrainian thing at this stage. We've got quite a few learning it. We've got a few coming through the youth team. It's not too much to worry about. Who else? Cortez was one of them from Colo Colo, so I'm guessing he's Chilean. He is indeed, as it pops up. He, again, is training quite well, playing that attacking midfielder spot, gives us another potential option. He's in the under-21s at the moment. He is wanted for loans. Ilichevets in the league, so it looks like loans can still happen. 2-star current ability, 3 to 4-star potential. I think, he's another one that, for the money we're paying for him, he's worth the punt. So we'll see how he develops, over time. Figueiredo is one of them as well. Another young Brazilian, hard-working. As you can see there, it says here, description, hard-working midfielder. We need possibly one or more of them in the team. If he can develop his stats, again, wanted, I think it's Ilichevets as well, of course it is. Always the same clubs want our players. Very good natural fitness, not bad stamina. We've got him trained. He currently can play defensive midfielder. I think we're working him for that box-to-box kind of role that we look to use in 1 or 2 of our setups. Good work rate as well, good determination, good teamwork. So he's a very good player to have in there. Not your typical kind of Brazilian player, almost a bit like maybe like a Dunga, and I don't know if he's been compared. Could be the next Dunga. I didn't actually legitimately didn't know that or see that. That was just came to my head now when I was thinking about it, and he is going to be the next Dunga apparently. And then the last one is Hagen, a young midfielder from Norway. I thought he'd gone out on loan. He's been bid for on loan, so he's on the verge going to Desna, who are the division below us. Be a good opportunity for him to get some game time. He comes in from, I think it's Strong Godset, 230k. Again, the money he's costing us, it was an easy deal really. His potential isn't quite there, but it isn't everything in this game. I've had a few players in come my offline saves. Their ability and kind of potential wasn't great, but they just perform, and he's got the stats I think to maybe back that up. So on to the outs. We obviously, as we touched upon, Tyson goes to PSG for 29. It will raise. He's 31 years old now. I mean, he was a good player. He did well for us. He played well in the three up front for us. When I was playing him in his actual position out on the wing, he didn't sort of pull up any trees really, and he's not doing a massive deal for PSG. 1 goal in 3 games domestically in the league. 2 of them off the bench, to be fair. That's a lot of money to pay for a bench warmer, but 31 years old, 29 million, a few add-ons there. It was a obvious deal, really. And then we also sold another Brazilian. I mean, we've got plenty coming in, so it's not like it's hurting my overall plan. And I'm just trying to see it. I'm wondering if maybe it hasn't fully gone through yet. I thought it had. It doesn't look like it's gone through yet. So let's just have a look at the squad. Alan Patrick. So it doesn't look like it's gone through yet. Goes through at the end of the season by the looks of it. Okay, so he's been sold to Rennes. 6.5 million, again with some add-ons. Again, it's not a player. It doesn't really fit any of the things I play. He's 27 years old. There's too many stats there that don't really justify. I mean, he's on a fairly low salary. He's still in the team. He's still around the squad. Not registered for the Champions League, but he can still play in the league, I believe. So we'll see. He's there if we need to use him, I believe. I may have taken him out still. I mean, he was complaining a lot of times about not playing enough football. So it's probably for the best. And then we had one last out, but I don't think it was a particularly big deal. So if I don't find him straight away, it's not going to worry me too much. It might be another end of season dealie. I think it is. Probably in the under 21s. I think it was a striker. Budkiski, 26 years old, not very good. Not very fast. Not great average finishing, really. Bit of a target man. We don't really play with a target man. He's going to Greece, joining PAOK. Obviously, as I record this, not as you see it, but there's been a bit of controversy with the Greek league. Is it Superliga? The chairman of PAOK, I think it was, coming onto the pitch with a gun at full time. Absolutely ridiculous. But he's on his way. He was on loan last season. He didn't really do it. Get in the team this season. He's not going to get in the team this season. Bit of an average goal return there. So I think, yeah, getting some money for him, that's all good. But we'll jump now into the game. So this is the lineup we're going to go with. Yaremchuk holds his place up front after those great performances against both Porto and Dortmund. In fact, I'm thinking against PSG we might need someone a little bit more mobile. And I'm wondering if we give Romero the nod. We can always bring Yaremchuk on for a bit of power if we need it. I think we will. Konoplyanka will start on the left. We've got Arabidze on the right. We've got Fred and Freitas. Freitas obviously coming in for Fernandez. Malashev has dropped down from the attacking midfield spot. We've dropped that out to give us a bit more protection against a very, very, very good PSG side. Back 4 and 5 is the same. Kiota was back in goal following his injury. And Audette comes in for Rakitsky, who's carrying a yellow. I'm just thinking we might need him for the second leg a little bit more. And I don't want to risk him getting a yellow card in this game, which will happen, let's be honest, and missing that second leg. So if we can keep ourselves in the game, no, we're going to stick with Romero, and I think we'll change him to an advance forward on attack, just to suit him a little bit more, give him every chance. So we'll jump into that now. We'll see what PSG are rocking. We'll just go Waterlamba there. The Cavani, Neymar, and Mbappe, Verratti, Herrera, Pereira, Guerrero, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Vidal, Areola. Vidal obviously from Barcelona, Herrera from United, Pereira I think from Porto. They've got Ruben Neves. Very good team. I mean, player for player. They're playing the same system as us. Player for player, they are much better than us. Sub for sub, they are. I mean, most of their bench, in fact, pretty much all their bench, would get in our first team. So we are going to go with. Going to keep it calm, just keep them calm down. So we'll stick with. We owe PSG. It seems to get them motivated. Obviously, they knocked us out last time. I think they knocked us out quite convincingly last time. But we win the ball here. No, it's not going to be nothing, of course. I don't know why I got excited. Never get anything out of those kick-off highlights very rarely. Nearly made it to 10 minutes without conceding, but there is something happening here. if we can win that ball back, can we pinch it back? Neymar, Cavani, and they strike the post, but we get away with it. If we can just weather that little storm, try and get ourselves on the front foot a little bit. We're getting some possession, but we're not really doing anything with it. Obviously, no shots appearing. Leo's booked, so he's going to miss the second leg. If we can get Mbappe, there's one or two of theirs on yellow cards. If we can get them missing the second leg, Leo, I mean, for us, it's it's not great, but it's replaceable. And Kvitsov, back post on the corner. I was waffling away and sort of glancing the TV, looking at some. I think it was some highlights on at the moment. I think it's the Man City game. Mbappe injured. I missed the goal. Yeah, so from a corner we take the lead, and it's our first opportunity really. But Mbappe injury, that is very big for the second leg. I mean, also they can bring on Di Maria, they can bring on Draxler. It's not defining, is it? But that is Romero. We changed him at the start of the game. We thought we'd bring in a bit of a bit more pace, a bit more running at them, just to unsettle their back four a little bit, rather than the sheer power. And it's worked. Fred with the assist. Konoplyanka I thought scored it, but he shot it onto Romero, and it goes in. Pretty even game, but we have got the 2-goal lead. That Man City are 2-1 up against Napoli. Good goal back there just before half time for Napoli. So that's a vital goal for them. That's what we need to rule out in this game. So we'll keep it calm. We just don't want to get them. Who looks stressed? Leo. We may get him out, but the only risk with that is that Sabal on the bench is on a booking as well. I don't want them both missing that second leg. I don't want Cerna to be up against Neymar or something like that, because I think he would be our third choice. I don't think the other left back we've got is eligible to play. Romero, could we have Pereira? Pereira's, they're down to 10 men. Now, do we shut up shop, half an hour to go, or do we just try and push on? I mean, I think given the red card, we have to push on a little bit. Now, what have they done? It looks like they've got no width here now. Let's try and have a little look. Now, can I look? I did just pause that, I'm not sure what happened. Can I look at the PSG? There we go. I think that's what I normally look at, isn't it? So, PSG formation, they're playing very narrow. So, we can maybe look to try and... I mean, we're kind of set for that anyway, so we'll just stick with what we've got, I think. We've got the numbers in the middle to combat that. They are messing about with the wide areas. They keep changing up, so I don't want to have to keep reacting too much. We've got the extra man, we've got the players there to do it, we've got the possession. And I don't really need to worry too much about making a sub, because good tackle Wardets, because we can rest players. I can rest players in the league before this. Romero 3-0. Wow. I was not expecting this. Before the game, I was happy for a draw. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I mentioned it at the start, and possibly, I'm not too sure. I would have taken a 0-0 draw, boring 0-0. Go back to their ground, just try and get a smash and grab there, and wow. Now we may be. No, I'm still not even going to go defensive. I don't want to give them the initiative. I mean, they've got quite a few players on yellows as well here, who could miss the second leg. I'm not too sure. The discipline just went out of them. Mbappe got injured. Vidal got yellow carded. Alves yellow carded. Cavani yellow carded. I mean, if any of those are on suspensions, I mean, Dani Alves probably doesn't matter too much. I'm going to go passionate here and go very, very happy. And each to a man, they love it. Oh, Napoli got one back. Andrea Bellotti playing for Napoli. That's a great signing for them. Has he gone there via someone? He normally goes to like Chelsea or straight there this season. He stayed with Torino for a couple of years and he's gone straight there. Abin Alefe, I do have a bit of a soft spot for them from an old FM save a couple of years ago. They may be a team I look at maybe not on this FM, because this save is looking like it's probably going to take a bit longer. Although we're doing very well so far against PSG, but there's still a long way to go in this tie yet. 3-0 Romero, that change worked perfectly, and it may be something, the advance forward may be something I keep there going forward, because it did really stretch PSG. So like we look at the schedule, we will come back. We've got a couple of league games, like I mentioned. We've got nothing there that jumps out worth playing as a game, as a live com. Donetsk is a rivalry, but they're down the bottom. I think Vorskla are 4th or 5th. That's the closest of any of those. They're all away, which is interesting and tough. But you know, we can play some reserve players in some of those, get a few wins hopefully, and sort of try and secure that league. But we'll come back for the PSG game. I think is the next obvious step. Until next time, I'll see you later.